Hey guys, Todd here, Davis Insurance Group, and I want to make this video today about our dialer. I always get hit up, especially on LinkedIn, all the time on, hey, try my dialer, use this dialer. But then I also see other people using dialers like a Salesforce or a Five9 or some type of Vici dialer, and they can be a little complicated. They can take some time to get set up. I'm thinking from the standpoint of both the dialer operator or admin for agents, and I'm also thinking as an agent. So in this video, I'm going to show you the dialer that we use. I really, I get nothing out of this. If you sign up, great. I get a small referral fee. I don't even know how much it is. I could care less. But I thought I'd make this and just show you our dialer, because a lot of people don't know how it is. I'm going to show you the pros to our dialer, and really, if you're using another dialer already and you've got monthly charges and things like that, I am willing to bet I'm going to show you something that's going to save you at least $1,000 a month. So here, let me get right into it. So first off, this is the dialer that we use. I'm at our home page, and this is a cloud dialer. What's the difference between a cloud dialer and some of the other dialers out there? Well, I never, ever, ever have issues as far as being down. If you use your dialer for business, you know that a non-working dialer is a dialer that's not making you money, and that is so frustrating, and you feel helpless because there's nothing you can do. You got to wait for the IT guys to get it back up and running. Been there before. But I've used this dialer for 5 years now. In between that, I have tested and tried other dialers out there. This one by far, in many aspects, I think is the best dialer out there. So the cloud dialer, it's simple and the connectivity is beautiful. We never drop calls. We never are down for hours or days at a time. Never. I think in all the 5 years I've used this dialer, we were down for a day and a half, and that's because their servers got hacked. They fixed that now. They, implemented something so it doesn't happen again. Very simple. So let's look at the agent side. Agent side, you're going to need a soft phone. Now listen, if you're thinking about using a dialer, let me stop here. If you're thinking about using a dialer and you are totally ignorant to dialers and how they work and all that, even if you decide to use this, I'll put my contact information in this video right down below. Oh, before I forget, if you like the video, shoot me a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and updates. All right, there, I got that out of the way. But if you're new to this game, this is the easiest. This is the best. This is so simple. So if what I'm showing you is like confusing or a little scary because you're not familiar with dialers, understand I don't want to make an hour-long video here, so I'm showing the basics. Those who are using dialers, they're going to get what I'm talking about right away. If you're new to this, feel free to reach out to me and ask more questions. Again, I have businesses that I run, so give me some time to respond. Again, I'm not making a bunch of money off of this. I'm just putting this out there so people can see finally. Why I haven't done this in 5 years, I don't know. But so you need a soft phone, and they prefer X-Lite. Very simple. You just go to xlite.com, you download it for Windows or Mac, you follow the regular prompts. I mean, if you have a hard time with this, then I'd stop this video now, because you really are gonna have a hard time with this. So anyways, so here you're gonna see that going off all day long. Sorry, I teach people all day long stuff. But anyways, here's the dialer. You see it shows available, and that's it. Before you log in, you just want to make sure that your dialer is available. You're gonna have, the agent will have an agent ID. It's okay that you see mine, no big deal. And a password, and you go and you log in. Now, these are the different campaigns that we use for our insurance business. You can assign agents to different campaigns. You can create different campaigns. Like I designed these myself, and it took me all of about 3 minutes, I think, to do. Let's say like when we have a new agent that gets on board with us and it's their first 1 or 2 days on the dialer, they do not have access to this campaign, so they won't see this campaign. Sometimes I have agents who buy their own leads and they want to put them in the dialer. Easy peasy. They send me the file. I load the leads up in the dialer for them. It takes 30 seconds. I create a campaign. For this example, we'll just say I create a campaign and I title is John's leads. And only John will have access to those leads. No one else. And anyways, and if you want to change access and all that, I'll show you how to do that in a second. But let's just say you're going to log in here. Boom. I'm going to go run this campaign. Now, for this video, this might be kind of loud, but when I click continue, my phone's going to ring. So you click on it, you answer it. And I don't know if you can hear it in the video or not, but if you didn't hear anything just now, there's a lady that says, "Welcome to Leads Rain. You are now logged in," and makes this funny beep noise. So then you're here. You click on submit. And there you go. Nice, clean dialer. There's nothing else you have to do with this X-Lite. Sometimes my new agents, they make simple mistakes where now they think they have to hang up the dialer. You don't. The dialer being on is what connects your calls, or the soft phone being on is what connects your calls. Now, these buttons here, you can also configure. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you is I've been using this so long, I can configure this dialer inside and out. You're brand new to this system. I'm going to show you in a second. They don't even know I'm going to do this, but I'm going to show you how awesome this IT group is and how quickly they respond. Anything you need or you want done on this dialer, they not only can do it, they'll do it immediately. I mean, if it takes them a day to do something, that is long. So anything you can think of, they will do it. Oh, and they're not going to penny pinch you, nickel and dime you. 99% of the stuff that you want done in your dialer, they do it for free. So, and before you leave or anything like that, I'm going to tell you costs and all that. But let me just tell you right now up front, there's no contract. You're not going to have to put down, thousands of dollars to get started, and you can get this dialer up and running in a day, maybe 2 days, depending on how you want to use it or whatever. And the most to get it going, $200. And then after that, you can throw 100 here. I'm jumping ahead of myself, but that 200, that's it. No seat charge, no monthly charges, nothing. I'm totally getting off track. Let me get back to this. So here's the dialer. You can put a script in the dialer. Because this is going to be out in the public, I'm not going to click on it because it's our sales script. But you can put your script in the dialer, so when an agent's on the call, they click on this, boom, there's a script. You got your call log here, so you're 15 minutes into a call and you lost the call, i.e. they hung up on you. You can simply just click on this and their number will show up. I'll show you this in a second. You can have hotkeys. I deactivate the hotkeys. Hotkeys, if you're new, is basically while you're on the call, a box will pop up and it'll say like one answer machine, 2 do not call, 3 call back. The reason I deactivate them is because they'll be up here and you're in the middle of talking to a customer and you start typing on your computer, whether you're typing in the comment section or you're using a CRM, and you hit a number, it automatically hangs up the call. Very frustrating. So my own opinion, for my agency, I disable the hotkeys. I'll show you the difference on what we do. But if you want to manually dial someone, you just click here, and I'm going to do it right now. I don't care you all see my cell phone because I put it out in the public anyways, but you would just type in that, and you don't use any dashes or digits or anything like that. You click dial now, and my cell phone is ringing. Go ahead and answer it, and whoop. So I hung up the call because of that annoying feedback, but you see we're still live. So when you're on a live call, these buttons come up. Again, I don't want to make this a super long call, but when a call comes in, all their information populates. Now, I'm not in the database or the system. That's why you don't see my address and my last name or anything like that. You have this call history box that pops up. You can simply X out of it. I'll show you some calls of ours, what they look like here in a second. I'll actually take some calls. I'll just hang up on them, whatever. But you can park the call. Again, we typically don't ever park a call. That means put them on hold, like if you're looking up rates or carriers or whatever. We actually just mute the line. You can do that down here, or if you have a good headset or a decent headset, it should have a mute button on it. But we mute the line. Why? We can hear what the customers are talking about and they think we're on hold. That's good ammo right there. I don't want to get into training. I just want to show you the dialer. But you can also transfer them. So here's your transfer conference button. Click on it. This button here, if an agent needs to transfer a customer to me, I have this set up, configured. I'll use big words. I have this configured to come right to me. So if I clicked on local closer, it will hang up this call and they're going to be sent to me. So if I'm an agent, I want to send this customer to Todd to help close a deal, I just click local closer. It sends right to him. Now again, we use this for insurance, so you can also configure phone numbers. So if we need to do a three-way call with the insurance carrier because we're closing a deal, I have some of our main carriers right in here. So check this out. D2 is Baltimore Life. So if I have the customer on the line and I need to do a phone interview with Baltimore Life, watch this box here. I'm going to click on D2 and there's their phone number. I'm going to click dial with customer and it's going to automatically connect it. Boom. You see that's all lit up there. Now, let me go ahead and hang that up. Let's just say you're all done with whatever your three-way is. You hang up there, but you're still on with the customer. So in my case, I'm going to say, hey, congratulations, Mrs. Customer, you're approved. I'm so happy for you. I can cry. Have a great day. Follow up with you in 30 days. You hang up. There's your dispositions. Okay? And you can also configure these dispositions. Anytime I say you can configure, they can do it for you. You just ask them and they'll do it for you. Really, really sweet. So cool. Let's take some calls. So I'm going to disposition that. Now again, I guess I should think if you're a newbie to dialers, disposition, you basically have to categorize every call. I mean, it's pretty simple. They're not interested. You quoted them. You made a sale. You transferred the call, but you got to disposition every call. Not available, and then you click submit. So watch. I can pause the dialer right here if I want, but I'm going to click submit, and it's going to start actually taking calls. Boom. You see, I'm not in pause status. Well, let me do that. So here I am. I'm in pause status. Okay. It means I'm logged in, but I'm not taking any calls. If I want to take calls, I just simply hit resume. Boom. Now it's, is Joe there? I think I have the wrong number. I'm sorry. Okay, bye-bye. Boom. Look how fast that connected. All they did was hit resume. Bam. That's an actual lead of ours. Now, if any of you are in Final Expense, you want to screenshot that and try and go poach Margaret, go ahead if that's how you do business. I don't care. I have over 12,000 leads in this system, so I can afford to give you a lead. But anyways, you see all her information popped up. Again, if you're new to dialers, you're not going to hear ringing and ringing and ringing. It's silent, and then when a call comes in, boom, you're going to hear that funny little bloop. And they're going hello. So then you just disposition it. Watch, let's take another call. Oh, I got to disposition it. So we'll just say not available. Throw her back in the system. Click submit. And now I have another computer screen where I'm logged in as the admin. So I can see on the back end I'm dialing. I've been waiting 15 seconds right now. Even though mine says 9 seconds here, but I'm sorry, I have the wrong number. Oh, it's a voicemail. Okay, so that was a voicemail. So I'm gonna go up and go answer machine. Boom. All right. Whoop. Do you see how quick that is? Look at this dialer. And it's not, if you're a dialer guru, you're going, oh, he's probably got it dialed up too quick or too fast. No, I'm dialing at one line at a time. One line at a time I'm dialing. That's how I have it set. Now, of course, we're going to have days where the calls are just slow. It's just the nature of the beast. Why? I don't know. But you can adjust, which I'll show you when I log into the I'm going to log into the admin side and show you my admin side and how you can change the speed. But this is it. This is the dialer. Okay? Let's put not available. Let me pause it real quick. All right, so now I'm paused. So I'm going to stay logged in as an agent so you can see what it looks like on the admin side. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to click on admin. Now, forget what I was going to say. Okay, so I'm going to click on admin. I'm going to log in. What? Wait a minute. Admin. What's going on here? Hold on a second. Man, I got to remember my password. Why is it doing that? Oh, I cleaned out my cache yesterday. That's why. Whoops. Wait, no, that's not it. This is it. I'm totally doing this impromptu, if you can't tell. Let's see if that's it. Boom! I can't believe I remembered that. All right, so here is the home screen on the dialer. This, if you're using other dialers, this is what is going to blow your mind, okay? I'm telling you, you may even want to stalk me down and kiss me. I will call the police if you do that, but this is what's sweet about this dialer, is you have other dialers where, let's say you have to pay a monthly seat charge, let's say $150 a month, right? And they get unlimited usage. The problem with those is that most of the time, the dialer's set up how they want it set up. Yeah, you can maybe make some changes, but really, it is what it is. You're going to be set up the way they have it set up. You have to wait for them to activate your seat. Could take 48 hours. I know some of the bigger companies take a week to set up a seat. No, again, if you're brand new, what I mean by setting up a seat is, like if I have a new agent that wants to come on board and use the dialer, and I'm using one of those systems, I have to wait for the dialer company to set my seat up, to activate their seat so they can start dialing. That means they're sitting there waiting to work. So it's annoying. Also, some of those programs, you're locked into a contract. Now, it may be month to month, but it's a contract. And so let's say the agent starts working, or whoever. I keep saying agent people because I'm in the insurance business, but you can use this dialer for anything. But let's say this person goes after 3 days and says, nah, I don't want to use this anymore. I quit. A lot of those places have 30-day cancellation notices. So if they have a 30-day cancellation notice on that seat, you're always automatically going to have to pay 2 months, right? Even if they use it for 2 days or a day and they go, hey, I quit, you're still going to owe that next month. So that's why, at least in our business, you see a lot of these other companies charging, I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there, $300 a month. That's covering their $150 monthly charge that if that agent leaves, then the uplines aren't stuck paying for their seat, which is cool. Hey, that's just good business. This here, there is no contract. There is no monthly seat charges. Okay? See this right here? So I'm down to my balance. I have $29.72 in airtime on this dialer. Okay? And basically, the way it works is you put money on here. All right? So I'll show you. You go up to my account, you go to my billing. Hopefully there's no personal info in it. Nope, good. You click into login, and it's connected to your PayPal. So you could put $100 on it. You could put $200 on it. See down here under PayPal. You could put $100 on it. You could put $200 on it. You can put $1,500 on it. I will tell you, the more that you put down, the less your per minute cost is. Okay? So the more money you slap down at once, the lower your per minute cost is. Now, again, if you're new, what do I mean by that? So this dialer here, you pay, get out of this. This dialer here, you only pay for airtime. There's no setup fees. There's no seat charges. This is it. So this is how I explain it. You have a van, a travel van, and let's say you cart people around. Your van can hold, well, here, let's see. Your van can hold 16 people, right? How's that van going to move those people around? Gas. You got to fill it up with gas. So you fill up the tank with gas. That's this. This is my gas tank. I have $29 in gas left. When that runs out, my van isn't going anywhere. I got to put more gas in it. This may be a really lame explanation, but again, you can have one user, you can have 16 users, you can have 1,600 users. It doesn't matter. This is what matters, okay? I have 16 users there, and everybody sits there and goes, well, I got 150 agents, and I'm the largest. You see, I got 16 users on here. I got 16 agents, okay? I don't care. I'm an open book. I just like making sure that agents get the real deal. And this is a real deal. If you're an agent, you want to go out on your own, and you're the only one using this, this will cost you, depending on how many calls you do a day, it'll probably cost you $100 a month in airtime for one person. I put down $1,200, and with 16 users, that $1,200 gets me maybe a month and a half. That's it. Maybe sometimes even 2 months, because I get really good airtime. I think I pay 1.5 cents a minute. So here's how it works. It's on connection time. So if an agent is dialing all day long on this system and they're getting answer machines all day, you're only paying for when that call is connected, not dialing. So when the call is connected, you start getting charged, okay? But you're already pre-charged, so don't let me scare you. You're like, oh, I don't know how much I'm going to get charged. No, you see it right here. You're prepaying, okay? If you just want to do the minimum, you want to just put down $100 and try it out, you can do that. In fact, I'd recommend it. So that way, if you're anywhere nervous about using this dialer or whether it'll work, spend $100 and try it out. If at the end of the $100 you go, this dialer sucks, I want to go back to my old dialer. Great, go back to your old dialer. There's nothing to cancel. You're not going to have to pay anything. That's it. Walk away. So the other thing is, what I was saying is, connection time. So a lot of other dialers also charge you the full minute. So call comes in, you're like, hey, Mrs. Jones, I'm Joe, telesales guy, and I'm calling to sell you something. And she's going, well, I'm not really interested. Oh, but you should be interested. You get it. You're going back and forth, and 30 seconds into the call, she hangs up on you. A lot of dialers charge you for that full minute, even though you're only talking for 30 seconds. This dialer here charges you, I'm going to say it slow, in 6-second increments. So they only charge you in 6-second increments. That is huge, okay? Now you're really maximizing your money and your time on this dialer, okay? I mean, you can't really get much better than that. I just haven't found it. Now, here's another thing that's pretty cool. You can monitor all this stuff up here. I never really use this stuff here, but you can monitor over here. You can check reports, status report, time reports. I'm not going to get into all that because, oh my God, we'll be here all day. It's really not that hard, but you can check anything you want on your agents. You can see, like here, I know, here's a little trick. So, not a trick, but here's what an agent did once. He just, and again, this is insurance. You can use this dialer for anything you want. Sell magazines, alarm systems, whatever you want. Okay, I'm just using my own example, but I had an agent who wanted to get on my new leads. All right, wanted to have access to the new leads, but he wasn't putting in the time as it was. only taking like 30 calls a day. Now for us, we require a minimum 150 calls, and really you could do that by lunchtime on this dialer. But that's our minimum to even just keep your seat. And that's what I said. I basically said, hey man, I want to get you the new leads, I really do, but you're not even putting in the time. I mean, you're doing like 30 calls a day. We require at least 150, 200 calls a day just to work our program. The next day, he's on all day, right? But then is logged off at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's it. So the next morning, I'm like, man, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to check his report. So I pull up his name for the day before, and I see he hit 203 calls, right? Because you got to have 200 calls a day. I don't know if you remember seeing my campaigns, but I put in each campaign how many calls a day you had to have the day before in order to have access to that campaign. If you want access to my ultra leads, my brand new leads, you have to do 200 calls a day, 200 plus calls a day. This joker did 203 calls and then was done for the day. So then I start looking at his report. Out of those 203 calls, how many of those calls did he disposition as not available? That's one of our dispositions, right? How many do you think he did as not available? 203. So all he was doing, every time a call came in, he hung up on them. He just wanted to get the call volume so he can get the new leads. Now, is that guy still on our system? No. I cut his access right away. Don't play me for a fool. Anyways, but that's how you can see it. It's pretty easy to see. Let's say you don't want anything to do with the reports. You just, it's a lot. I mean, again, I've been using this for a long time. You can go to the IT guys and say, hey, can you check the call numbers on Joe Agent? Let me know what he's doing or not doing. They'll do it for you and right away. It's pretty cool. In fact, here, let me show you something. So I chat with our IT guys on here 99% of the time. And they're so quick. They're so awesome. Watch. Again, you can believe me or not, they have no idea what I'm doing right now. This is all an impromptu video. So they have no idea. Watch. Hi. Your first time you're going to have to put in your credentials and all that. You can go, this is all I do. Hi. Let's see. There we go, David. Hey, David. I am doing a video on you guys. Say hi to the world. And you can tell I'm just I'm just chatting, so forgive my way I type. And he's typing back. Boom. See, this is the support you get every single time. Just showing in this video how awesome your support is. So anything you need, you can chat them on here. That's it. Okay. Thanks, brother. Signing off. Catch up later. Okay. Anything you need, you can just chat them on here. Ideas, questions. I've chatted with them at 9 o'clock at night on a Friday night. Every once in a while, more often than not, I can get them on Saturdays and sometimes Sundays. If I got an idea, I want to change something in the dialer, I can do it. If not, boom, first thing Monday morning, I'm talking 7 a.m. Eastern time, they're messaging me back. So you can't get support like this in other dialers. I've never seen it. I mean, they're fantastic. But I don't want to just hang up on him. So, okay, cool. So let me sign off with him. Here's another cool thing, right? So I got X-Lite up connected to the dialer. Let's just say someone on your team is having audio problems. This is very, very typical, very common for a new person using the dialer. They log in wrong. It's not It's not hard to log in, but it's easy for a new person to not go through the steps the right way to simply log in. So it'll show they're logged in, but then they're in the dialer and they'll say, I see calls coming in, but I can't hear them, they can't hear me. Or my session keeps timing out. All that stuff is not a dialer issue. It's the user issue. They're logging in wrong. So now I know how to do all that stuff. So I use Google Meet, and I'll simply send them a link in my chat box. I'll say, click on this link, let me jump on your computer. And I'll jump on their computer, and I will just simply do what I'm doing here, and I will click on preferences, and I will go and see if their devices are connected. And mine are. See, mine are connected. Sometimes it'll be default device or built-in microphone. I don't know why it does that every once in a while, but it'll do that. So you just click on that, and that's it. Maybe you want to test the devices. Let's test it. Check, check, check. Yep, my microphone's working. Let's see if the ears are working. Yep, I can hear it in my ears. The music playing. We're good to go. If you don't want to go down that route, if you don't want to do all that, all you do is chat on here, and you say, hey, David, my user 7224 is having sound audio issues. He'll respond back and say, great, or not great, but he'll say, okay, can we do a team viewer? They use team viewer. And he'll send the link to you right here, in here, the team viewer link. You can copy and paste it and send it to your user and just say, download team viewer, give me the ID and password, and then they'll jump on that person's computer and fix it for them. I mean, you're getting free support off of this dialer. That's it. The only money I've showed you that you spent so far is on the airtime. That's it. So you can set up multiple campaigns, view campaigns, add campaigns. Now again, if you're a new person, not really sure what I mean by that. When I logged in as an agent here or a user, I had different campaigns: ultra platinum, platinum, bonus. Those are different campaigns that I set up that we call on. Okay, so like the ultra platinum is where I put brand new leads in every day. You can create lists. All right, so I should have did this later. So if I later today when I get my new leads, all right, they're going to come to me in a CSV file. They just get emailed to me. I download it to my desktop. And again, if you don't know what I'm explaining right now, this is maybe just entertaining for you, but it's not that complicated. But you do have to have a little common sense on uploading and downloading. But let's say I want to load new leads. I simply go to list, upload leads. And I'm not going to make this a whole tutorial, but I would upload leads. You pick the campaign that you want. So mine, I'm going to go and I'm going to load my new leads into my Ultra Platinum campaign. Boom. I'm going to select the country that I'm calling in, which is United States. You can do standard layout. I always do custom layout. And you can do no duplicate checks, meaning checking to see if there's duplicate leads. You can check for duplicates just in that list ID. All right, which means the list I'm loading, what if the list I got has the same person twice? It's going to check for that, and it'll kick it out. It'll only load the one. You can check for duplicates in all your campaigns, meaning if you click on that, you can check if that lead is already in your system. Okay, so I'm going to put no duplicate check. You would go to load file, and wherever you have that lead, you just upload it. So if I did that, all that stuff would populate here as like an Excel sheet, and then you just copy. You play the matching game. So if it's Mary Smith, 123 Anywhere Street, Anywhere, Ohio, 44112, right? You just go. So first name, boom. Now I won't do it because there's no records there, but it will go gray. Then you would put last name, and then again, if it was a file here, that would go dark gray. So it tells you it's done. You click submit. Boom, 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 bada bing, bada boom, and it'll tell you how many leads were good, how many leads were bad, and now that list is ready to start dialing. Again, this is so simple. Now, again, you're going, boy, this is too much. Man, I can't handle it. That's cool. You can send the list to these guys and just say, hey, would you mind loading this list into my Ultra Platinum campaign? If it takes them more than 15 minutes, and I mean, that's way long. If it takes them more than 15 minutes, I'd be shocked. 5 minutes later, they're going to message you, say, you're good to go. Have at it. Okay? Users. Now, here's what's really cool, right? Remember I was talking to you about those seat charges? You got to pay for other agents' seat charges. You got to wait for the seats to get set up. Watch this. I'm going to set up a seat. Okay? So you're a new user on my program. All right? I'm just saying, for example. So let's say you're new and I want to activate your seat. Let's say this is 4 in the morning on Saturday, right? I'm going to come here. I'm going to say add user, right? Let me go. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to go slow. So I'm going to go here. You can either view your users. You can add a user, okay? Now, because this is public, I'm not going to view the user, so I'll explain what that is because there's people's full names in there. But I'm going to click add a user, and this pops up. You can do whatever you want. Here, let's say Daffy Duck. I'm hiring Daffy Duck. And then I'm going to assign it a password. I'm going to go dig 520, right? And you know what? I'm going to even, again, you saw that David, he's on call right now. He doesn't know anything about this. Watch how quickly I'm going to set up a seat, right? He doesn't know I'm doing this. So I'm going to click add user. There's the user's ID. Remember I said to David, like, hey, David, agent 8157 is having sound issues. So that's their number. This person is good to go. Watch. Come on, David, don't let me down. Whoops. This is what I do. Can you approve new user, please? And then I just give them 8157. And you know what? I used our real password, so let me use a fake password. Password 123. That's the password. Okay. Password. Whoops. Password 123. No, he's going to think 123 is the password. Hold on a second. Let me do I'm having analysis paralysis right now. Let's just say color 123. Okay. So you can assign any password you want. You don't even have to give the password to your agent. Color 123. Watch. They know my password I use all the time, so he doesn't get confused. Well, here, I'm not even, let's just see. Boom. Done. I got an active seat right there. You didn't see me trade any money or put down any money. This Daffy Duck is ready to dial. That's it. You can. All you do is you would give Daffy the website. They would go and log in, or they go to the website. You say your user ID is 8157, and you can either log in or jump on their computer and put the password in for them, and then automatically it'll save it. But really, you don't need to do that either. Just give them the password, and your password's color123, right? Man, I really want to show you this. Okay, all right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you this. So let's say in a day that user says, forget it, I quit, right? And you just want to terminate the seat. I'm not going to do so. I'm sorry, guys. I really want to show you, but I don't want to show my back end of all my agents. So you would just click on View User, And when you click on View User, all your users will show up. Daffy Duck, Snoopy, who, you know what? Yeah, obviously I'm using Disney names, but let's just say it'll say Daffy Duck. Up here will be a tab that says Active, and under it, it'll either have a Y for yes or an N for no. So Daffy's active, so it'll have a Y. Let's say tomorrow Daffy says, thanks but no thanks, Todd. I quit. All I do is I click from yes to no. If Daffy tries to log back in, it'll say administrator blocked your access or something along those lines, okay? If you know that Daffy is just done, over here will be an edit button. You click on edit, and down at the bottom will be a big red button that says delete user. You click on it, and then you just verify it up here. You click it again, and that user's gone. Let's say you can even change the user's password. Very simple. I mean, this is so simple. You can create teams. This is where you can add a team or view a team. Now, what that means is, again, I'm not going to show you because it'll pull up all of our agents' names. But remember how I said in the campaigns, you can assign agents to certain campaigns. You can assign an agent or a user. I keep using agents. Sorry, guys. You can assign a user to have access to all the campaigns. You can assign a user maybe who's brand new to a beginner, just one campaign, right? That's where you would go in here and you can add a team. You can view a team. Again, this is where you're like, man, that sounds like a lot of work. I want to do it, but that's a lot to learn in the beginning. Just go to David or Kevin or Steve, one of those guys, and just say, hey, will you do that? Hold on a second. Just share whenever it's ready and upload. Yep. That was something we were working on. So anyways, that's where you do it, or you just have them set up the teams for you. And you can explain it to them. If you want education, like if you just are like, hey, how does the whole thing work? Like as far as drop calls and things like that, they'll explain it to you. Listen, I learned everything about telesales and dialers from these guys explaining it to me. And they never, ever gave me the impression that they were too busy. Never. Now, here's another thing. This is what I really like. You can check the real-time report, right? And a lot of this stuff, it's just click around. You can't mess this up. You can't make a mistake or jack up your dialer. Well, you can if you do it over here, but under reports, you can't. So if you want to get to know the reports, just start clicking on this stuff. It's pretty simple. But real-time report. Now, I'm still logged in right here. I'm still logged in as an agent. See that? I'm just paused. There I am. There's my user ID, one of them, and I'm paused. I've been paused for 27 minutes. That's about, how long we've been doing this video, maybe a little longer. Yeah, a little longer. But I can see how many calls. You saw me take 4 calls. Here's your color codes. If you're using this dialer, your new favorite color will be purple. Because when you see a bunch of people on here and everybody's in purple, that means they're all on live calls. Live calls mean they're selling. Selling means we're going to be making some money. So your favorite color is going to be purple. The darker the purple, the longer the call. Now you don't want them on too long, but you get my point. You can look at all the numbers down here. Again, you can look at all this stuff and see what's up and how many calls and things like that. You can also set this to refresh every 4 seconds. So it'll tell you every 4 seconds where you're at. There was one thing I was going to show you that I just thought of and I can't remember. Oh, you can set the speed yourself. So let's go into campaign, view campaigns. I want to view my campaigns, all my campaigns that I have. So here's all my campaigns. You can activate them. So like this one, it's not active right now. Let's just say it was active. So if I want to activate this to have agents start calling it, that's it. Now it'll show up when they go to log in. Dial level. You can set the speed yourself. So this is dialing 2.5 lines at a time. Now that's really, honestly, it's kind of high, but they were direct mail and they were older, so it was just agents. When I first did it, I did it at one line at a time, and I think they were waiting like 2 minutes in between calls, which is excruciating. That's really long. So I just kept changing it until I saw that they were getting calls every 30, 40, 50 seconds, and it happened to be at 2.5 lines. Here's our platinum leads, right? We're dialing at 1.5 lines at a time. Again, it's trial and error. And I got here because now they're taking calls like every 30, 40 seconds. Okay? So you can speed it up. You can slow it down. Watch how easy it is. Ready? You click on it. Boom. I mean, you can dial 50 lines at a time. You just click on 50. There you go. Now let me change that back. Disclaimer, you do not want to dial 50 lines at a time. Yeah, you'll be in huge trouble. I'm just showing you that it's there. You can do that. Let me change it back. All right. So, but you're not restricted on dialing. I also used this for a political campaign this past year. A buddy of mine was running for office, so he sent me an audio. I had these guys. I said, hey, I want to run a voice broadcasting campaign for my buddy who's running for office. So, it's like, hey, this is Joe, politician running for office. Vote for me tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. So they loaded it up in my campaign. He got me a list of the people that he wanted to call. There was like 6,700 people. I loaded it in here. Now, this is a whole nother video. I mean, there's just so much you can do with this. But I already have it set up. Well, here, I'll show you. I have another campaign. I haven't used this in a long time. Well, since last year. And it doesn't look like it's going through. So I have to change the IP on that. Anyways, it's another campaign. I loaded the leads. I had them load the leads. I had them load the audio. They came back like 15 minutes later, said it's ready to go. And I went in and turned it on. And I walked away. I set the parameters. I set it to dial, I think, honestly, 20 lines at a time. Because just so you know, for politics, you can robocall, okay? So obviously this is a robocall. So I set it to dial 20 lines at a time, and in about 2 hours time, boom, done. When it's done dialing, it just stops dialing. You don't have to get back at a certain time. It's just done. That's it. So you can configure your dialer however you want. Let's look. I'm already in campaigns. Let's look at, and then I'm going to wrap this up here. But let's look at this campaign. So again, this may be foreign to a lot of you, but you can set this however you want. I set it this way, down count. What down count means is every time I load new leads into this particular campaign, the dialer is going to dial the new leads first and then keep going based on when I put those leads in. So if I put leads in this campaign 3 months ago, those leads are going to get called way later. Okay? So you can configure this however you want. And again, these guys will help you. They'll do it all. Section 2. So this here, active dial status. So if you remember the dispositions, these are all the dispositions. All right. If I want to take a disposition out, you just highlight it and remove it. I'm not going to do it. You click remove and it'll slide over here. And that means if the agent hits callback, it'll never call that. So let's just say, here. Do not call. I mean, this is an obvious one. You don't want do not call over here. If an agent hits do not call, it's in the not dial status, so that customer will never be called again. So you can mess around with this. You can set up custom caller IDs, which again, if you're going to have a dialer, or if you already have dialers, then that's just a no-brainer. But you can set up custom caller IDs to obviously, if you're calling in multiple areas, then that caller ID should have the same area code as the area code that you're dialing. it is, if you're not doing that, like if you're like, well, I want my company 800 number in there, your contact ratio is going to be dog, you know what, crap. Don't do that. You want custom caller IDs. It's going to make those people answer more. Like, I'm from Cleveland. I have my cell phone from Cleveland. It's a 216 area code. Now, I've been down here in Columbus for, 14, 15 years, but I still have my same phone number. The area code for Columbus is 614. So when I get a phone call and it's a 216 area code on my cell, it's typically a telemarketer now, because you have your friends and family and all that. Their name pops up. So if the phone number pops up, I know it's a telemarketer. They're using a custom caller ID based on my cell phone. So I go, oh, 216. Who could that be? Let me answer. I mean, I know what's up because I'm in the telesales market, but all right, I'm babbling. I always do. I'm sorry. If you're still watching this right now, I appreciate you. But I'm gonna wrap it up. Here, just seeing if there's anything, those transfer numbers. So like, these are my insurance carrier's numbers. You see how easy it is? I just put them in there and I save changes. It's done. It's ready to go. But again, they can do this for you. You can voice broadcast. With this system, you can send out text messages automatically. You can do voice broadcasting. You can do voice drips to where it goes right into the person's voicemail. Now, some of that stuff does cost extra, but it's under the same guidelines as this, where you're not plunking down a whole bunch of money up front and thousands of dollars. I'm telling you, if you are paying a monthly seat charge and you're locked into a contract, you're insane. No offense. Again, I love you for watching this long, but you're making it so hard. And again, you're probably passing those costs onto your users. You can save so much money with this. So anyways, there's so much more I can show you. I'm going to cut this short because it's long. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this system, okay? If you like this system and you think you're going to get it, throw me a bone, just the referral. There's a link to this right down at the bottom here. I'll put it in here. Just use the link. If you don't, whatever, then, hey, dude, no, whatever. If you use the link, cool, dude and lady, I appreciate it. I'll throw you another bone too. If you talk to Kevin at Leads Rain, and I don't know if he'll like me doing this or not, but hey, listen, if you're talking to Kevin and you have questions or you're getting set up or anything, just drop my name. Just say, hey, I saw this video that Todd put out. Again, the only reason I say that is, he knows that I'm a straight shooter, and also he'll give you priority, I think. Kevin, if you're watching this video, sorry, bud. But yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions, message me on here. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. You saw my cell phone. You're welcome to call me, text me, whatever. But hey, if this saves you a bunch of money, cool, let me know. I'd appreciate it. Or just make a comment on here a month or 2 or 3 down the road. If you saved a bunch of money, just make a comment on here so others see that, I'm not just hyping this up to hype it up. I save a ton of money. Peace out.